The Stations of the Cross is a devotion rarely known or done today, but it is a most wonderful way to meditate on Christ's passion and walk with Him through His journey of carrying the cross for our salvation. The way of the cross can deepen our understanding of Christ's suffering and can help us greatly to meditate on the passion of Christ during this season of Lent. Besides how these 14 stations of the cross reminds us of the passionate love Jesus has for each one of us, many don't know about the amazing promises He revealed to a Spanish monk for those that have devotion to the way of the cross. According to Blessed Anne Catherine Emmerich, this is what he saw, and she says, "I beheld our blessed Savior and Redeemer, His bare feet swollen and bleeding, His back bent as though He were about to sink under the heavy weight of the cross, and His whole body covered with wounds and blood. He appeared to be half fainting from the exhaustion, having had neither refreshment nor sleep since the supper of the previous night. Weak from the loss of blood, and parched with thirst produced by fever and pain, He supported the cross on His right shoulder with His right hand. The left hung almost powerless at His side, but He endeavored now and then to hold up His long garment to prevent His bleeding feet from getting entangled in it. The 4 soldiers who held the cords with which were fastened round His waist walked at some distance from Him. The 2 in front pulled Him on, and the 2 behind dragged Him back, so that He could not get on at all without the greatest difficulty. His hands were cut by the cords with which they had been bound, His face bloody and disfigured, His hair and beard saturated with blood. The weight of the cross and of His chains combined to press and make the woolen dress cleave to His wounds and reopen them. And heartless words alone that came from soldiers and people around Him brought Him a lot of sorrows. But He continued to pray for His persecutors, and His countenance bore an expression of combined love and resignation. The street through which they led Jesus was both narrow and dirty. He suffered much in passing through it, because the soldiers were close and harassed Him. Some people stood on the roofs of the houses and at the windows, and they were insulting Him with dirty language. The slaves who were working in the streets threw filth and mud at Him. Even the children were incited by His enemies, and the children put terrible things, sharp objects, sharp stones, where the Lord walked. And even the children abused Him. They threw dirt at Him. And all this was because of you and because of me. Let us honor the Lord. Let us be close to the cross of Jesus. Let us love the